What's up guys, Static here, and as you've all likely heard by now, and as you can see in the top left corner of the video, we've now got access to the 1.9 pre-release a lot sooner than most of us were expecting, and so I thought I'd just do a really quick run through of some of the new features. Now one thing that you'll notice right away here where I've spawned is the new look of the swamp biomes. Now what they've done here is they've obviously darkened up the colour of the grass and the leaves quite a bit, and also given the water a slightly darker, almost green tinge to it. As you can see from this one normal water block here, you can sort of see the difference there. The difference is quite striking. I do like the way it looks. The only issue I have is that, as you saw over here, the difference is, yeah, it's extremely striking. You can spot it right away. Some sort of a subtle, yeah, a gradual change would be nice. So hopefully in the finalized version of 1.9, the difference won't be quite so striking. However, I think this is a change that Etho is not going to like too much, since he started his base in the swamp biome because it had that nice, lovely green grass, which it no longer has. Now, another change you'll note in the swamp biomes are these new blocks over here, the Lilly pads. Now, the first thing I instinctively did when I saw these lily pads was I tried to jump on them. Doesn't seem like you can jump on the lily pads, you just passed right through them. It looks like they're just for decoration at the moment. And yeah, when you break them, at the moment you can't place them down again. The only real benefit I've found to the lily pads so far is that you can actually place blocks on top of them. So I think this would make, building above water, like bridges and stuff, a little bit easier. Of course, it's a little bit difficult since you can't place the lily pads, but hopefully in the official 1.9 release you will be able to, and so yeah, that should make that kind of thing a little bit easier. Now, also, as you can see, because of the strange way that biomes are generated now, every now and then in a lake you get these strange black patches, almost like shadows, but as you can see, there's nothing above. Which is basically where there would be a swamp or part of a swamp biome in the water, but so it makes the water black, and to be honest, it looks extremely strange with the surrounding blue water. But again, hopefully this is something that they'll change. Hopefully there'll be some sort of a gradual change between the dark and the light waters. Now, while I'm out scouting for a village, I might tell you guys about another one of the features, or one of the changes that's come with the 1.9 pre-release, and that's that we're no longer able to constantly jump by holding down space. So, right now I'm holding down space. As you can see, I'm not jumping. Holding down space is only going to give you that initial jump, and then it's going to do nothing. I think this is basically to stop people abusing the speed of sprinting and jumping, and it looks like if you jump twice in a row really quickly, yeah, it seems to stop you from sprinting. So yeah, unfortunately, faster than minecart travel is no longer possible just by sprinting and jumping constantly. Another new addition of the 1.9 pre-release is that you seem to get experience for doing just about anything. Like, for example, if I jump, my experience bar increases. At the moment, experience still has no uses, although uses for experience such as skills or improving your current skills should be coming in the 1.9 patch. However, at this rate, it's going to be extremely easy to level up. So I like the idea of getting experience for doing a bunch of things in Minecraft, such as digging and, I don't know, maybe jumping, but hopefully they do nerf the amount of experience you get for such basic tasks. Now, one of the rarest updates added to the game are the new mushroom biomes. These things are ridiculously hard to find. I had to fly around on creative mode for around about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe more, trying to find the thing. However, when you find them, you'll find these strange red cows. These are known as mooshrooms. Basically, they look just like the normal cows, except they got 2 red mushrooms on their back and 1 on their head. They behave slightly differently. Now, I'm pretty sure if you use a bowl on them, you get mushroom stew, which is awesome. These things would be really cool to farm. I'm not sure what happens when you use a bucket on them. Oh no, I just I thought when I used the bucket on it I got water, but hold on, let me just get a new bucket here, because it doesn't seem like I'm able to get rid of this water. Okay. Now, it doesn't seem like using a bucket on them does anything. No. So you can't milk them using a bucket, you must milk them using a bowl. And if you use shears on them, you get around about 5 mushrooms, 5 of the red mushrooms, and they turn back into normal cows. Now, also on these new mushroom biomes, the dirt has this sickly brownish purple color to it, and is constantly giving off these particles like you'll find down in the void. So, and of course you find naturally occurring giant mushrooms. This is the only place you can find them naturally occurring. You can create the giant mushrooms. For anyone who doesn't know, let me just get this sorted here. To create the giant mushrooms yourself, all you need is a normal mushroom and some bone meal, and let's find that one that works. You need to place them on a flat surface, not surrounded by any blocks, otherwise they won't grow. Spam it with some bone meal, and there you go, you got yourself a giant mushroom. Now, the great thing about these giant mushrooms is that when you break them, I'm not sure if it does it on peaceful mode. In fact, I don't think it, on creative mode. In fact, I don't think it does. But if you break them on survival mode, each one of these blocks has a chance of dropping, I believe it's 0 to 2 of the coloured mushroom that the giant mushroom is. So, for example, this one would drop brown mushrooms, and the one over there would drop red ones. And so it's a great way to get an infinite amount of mushrooms. Another addition of the 1.9 update is snow biomes are finally back, which is awesome. I love the snow biomes personally. So yeah, they're a little bit hard to come by. You might need to explore for quite a while, but they do exist again. So one thing you can do if you find yourself in a snow biome is collect yourself up a bunch of snowballs, then turn those snowballs into snow blocks, which you can then use to craft yourself a snow golem. Now, you don't actually craft these at a workbench, you actually craft them in real time by placing the blocks down. And so you place 2 snow blocks and then a pumpkin block on top, and there you go, your very own snow golem. Now, you can't really see it here since we're on snow, but as he walks around, he actually creates a snow trail. As you can see, I can't dig out that snow block beneath him. And if he comes across any hostile mobs, he'll actually attack them by throwing snowballs at them, which the snowballs don't do any damage, but I don't know, it could distract the mobs, make it a little bit easier for you to take them on. Either that or just be absolutely hilarious. Now, the snow golems are neither a friendly mob or a passive mob. They seem to be somewhere in between. They'll attack hostile mobs, so that in that way they act like a friendly mob, so a mob that helps to defend you. But when you attack them, they actually run away like a friendly mob, a passive mob, sorry, and they don't follow you around or anything like that like a friendly mob would. So I believe they're a new category of mob called the utility mob, which, by the sounds of it, a whole bunch more of these should be coming out at some stage. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Now, of course, one of the most highly anticipated changes that's coming in the 1.9 update is that villages are now going to have villagers in them. So we've just come across a village here, so we might just take a peek, see what the villagers look like. And as you can see, they are ugly. Yeah, very, very ugly. I've heard people describe them as looking like Squidward and all sorts of things. And at the moment, you can't interact with them at all. And they act more or less like the passive mobs. They just randomly stare at you, they walk around, and if you punch them, yeah, they don't really do anything. So it seems like they've got the behavior of the old passive mobs, because they don't even flee. So I'm not sure if they drop anything. So let's kill this guy here if we can. And no, they don't drop anything, not even experience. Another minor feature that's been added to the game is that if water is above a block, so like a 1 block space and then water on top, little water droplet particles will come from below the block, which I think this looks really good. It's a very cool addition to the game, although it's kind of weird to see water seeping through stone. But for things like wood and dirt and stuff, I think this is a great addition. It looks really cool. Now, one change that's speculated for 1.9, but which apparently hasn't been released yet, is that Enderman block picking up, the ability of Enderman picking up blocks is going to be nerfed, which is good. That means all of you worrying about Enderman screwing up your mob systems, hopefully that won't be an issue in the near future. However, at the moment, as you can see, they are still able to pick up blocks. Now, obviously, since this update is being nicknamed the Nether update, most of the new features are going to be inside of the Nether. So, I'd say let's head in there and check out what's new. Okay, so right away you notice off in the distance there's a bunch of new structures. So let's get over there and check those out. As you can see, these new structures are formed inside the Nether, which frankly are absolutely massive. These things are really cool. Now, they're being called like Nether ruins, or I don't know, I guess they're kind of more like Nether strongholds, and they're composed of a bunch of new blocks, including Nether brick, Nether fences, and Nether stairs. Now, inside these structures, you'll come across these spawners here, which spawn a new mob introduced into the game called the Blaze. Now, the Blaze are these little gold looking guys you see floating around. Basically what they do is they light themselves on fire, or light on fire as you see there, and then shoot 3 fireballs at you. Those fireballs, unlike the Ghast's fireballs, don't explode. What they do instead is light you on fire. Now, upon being killed, the Blazers drop a blaze rod, which at the moment doesn't do anything, but your guess as to what this could do in the future is as good as mine. Hopefully it's used for casting fireballs or something, but somehow I don't think Notch is that generous. Another new mob added to the game are these Nether slimes, or Magma cubes, or whatever you want to call them, which act pretty much like normal slimes, except for when they jump, you see they come apart like springs into various segments, and you can see a molten core inside of them. Also, unlike regular slimes, after you kill them, they'll split into their individual smaller versions, and then once you kill the smaller versions, they don't drop anything except for experience. Now, they seem to have more health than the normal slimes though, and the smaller slimes seem to be able to attack you as well. In 1.9, or at least the pre-release, zombie pigmen no longer drop cooked pork chops. Instead, they drop rotten flesh, experience, and occasionally gold nuggets. 9 of these can be then used in a crafting table to create a gold ingot. Additionally, ghasts no longer drop gunpowder. Instead, they drop ghast tears. Now, at the moment, ghast tears don't do anything. However, it's possible, or at least the wiki states, that it's possible that ghast tears will in the future be used like bone meal in the Nether. Now, after exploring the Nether ruins for a while, eventually you'll come across these strange gardens filled with these red plants. These are Nether warts, and they grow on top of soul sand. Like wheat, Netherwort goes through various stages of growth. For Netherwort, there's 3 different stages. There's the small stage you see here, the middle stage, and then the fully grown stage. Now, at either the small stage or the middle stage, if you break the Netherwort, all you get is 1 Netherwort. However, if you break the Netherwort at the fully grown stage, you get multiple. So, at the moment, it seems to be between 3 and 4. At this stage, there's no use for Netherwort, but in the future, I'm assuming it'll probably be used as either a food source, or not just mentioned that he'd like to add some more magical elements into the game. I'm thinking Netherwort could be used in potions. Now, at this stage, we're not able to craft nether brick ourselves. However, we can use nether brick to craft nether brick stairs and nether brick fences. To craft the stairs, it's the same as the old recipe for stairs, and same with the fences. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed my coverage of the 1.9 pre-release. My impression of this update is I absolutely love it. The NPCs could probably do with a behavior and looks tweak, but other than that, I think they're a great addition. I'd love to be able to expand our creations to like somehow allow NPCs to spawn in there. So similar to a game like Terraria where you can create houses and stuff for NPCs, I think it'd be great to build our own towns and stuff in Minecraft, complete with NPCs. I also love these new Nether ruins. These are a really great addition, probably one of my favourite to this update. I'm just hoping that when 1.9 officially comes out, a lot of these new items have uses. I mean, it was bad enough when we had slime balls that had no uses. They were finally given a use, but now we have several items with no use at all. So I'm hoping Notch gets onto adding uses to those quickly. Anyway, as I said guys, I hope you enjoyed this update video, and I'll see you again next time. This is quite striking. I do like the way it looks. The only issue I have is that, as you saw over here, the difference is, yeah, it's extremely striking. You can spot it right away. Some sort of a subtle, a gradual change would be nice. So hopefully in the finalized version of 1.9, the difference won't be quite so striking. However, I think this is a change that Etho is not going to like too much, since he started his base in the swamp biome because it had that nice lovely green grass, which it no longer has. Now another change you'll note in the swamp biomes are these new blocks over here. What's up guys, Static here, and as you've all likely heard by now, and as you can see in the top left corner of the video, we've now got access to the 1.9 pre-release a lot sooner than most of us were expecting, and so I thought I'd just do a really quick run through of some of the new features. Here, the Lilly pads. Now the first thing I instinctively did when I saw these Lilly pads was I tried to jump on them. Doesn't seem like you can jump on the Lilly pads, you just passed right through them. It looks like they're just for decoration at the moment. And yeah, when you break them, at the moment you can't place them down again. Now one thing that you'll notice right away here where I've spawned is the new look of the swamp biomes. Now what they've done here is they've obviously darkened up the colour of the grass and the leaves quite a bit, and also given the water a slightly darker, almost green tinge to it. As you can see from this one normal water block here, you can sort of see the difference there. The difference